All right, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Dope for Degrees Community Scholarship Chat. I just tried to go live a minute ago, and for some reason the stream wasn't working. So hopefully it's working this time, and you can hear me and you can see me. I'm checking on my phone, and it says we're live, so I think all is well. I'm gonna drop a comment in the chat. And I'll drop the website as well so people can have that. If you are new to this, it's actually new for Dope for Degrees. So this is Dope for Degrees Community Scholarship Chat every Sunday at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going live. My name is Danielle Jeffers. I'm the founder of Dope for Degrees LLC. Dope for Degrees is a scholarship coaching company where I teach students how to earn scholarships to go to college and graduate debt-free. And so the purpose of this community scholarship chat is to have an open conversation about scholarships, academic success, my college experience, what else? Personal development, professional development, all 5 pillars of Dope for Degrees YouTube channel. I'm getting on here every Sunday at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm just having a conversation with the world, really, because YouTube is open to the world. And so feel free to join. Feel free to drop a question or comment, anything you want to in the comment section. It's a 30-minute conversation. And so I'm coming off the cuff until someone drops something in the chat, and you can simply type something. And then once you all type something, I will respond to that. But today I don't have anything structured. However, there's always something on my mind via my conversations throughout the past week with my clients, or exposure and new opportunities to engage with different students and audience members and things like that. And so I have a few thoughts that are on my mind, but while I'm waiting for people to join in on the conversation, I will say this: Dope for Degrees, y'all already know we're collaborating with No More Interviews LLC. No More Interviews is a company that inspires aspiring entrepreneurs to chase their dreams and take control of their lives. That company is co-founded by 2 friends of mine who are also Virginia Tech graduates, Kevin Stevenson and Corey Hackett Green. And they are the co-founders of No More Interviews. And Dope for Degrees has collaborated with No More Interviews to go on tour. So I don't know if you've been following my YouTube channel or if you're familiar with me at all, but right now, Dope for Degrees is on a back-to-school giveaway tour with No More Interviews. Between our 2 companies, our joint venture is called the In My Bag Tour. The video I uploaded this week was a documentary, I guess, sort of, of our trip to Danville for promotion for our back-to-school giveaway. And so we are literally, I think, 6 days away. Days of 28, 29, 30, 31st. Yeah, because the back-to-school giveaway in my hometown of Danville, Virginia is on August 3rd, 2019. And so we're 6 days out from that event. I'm so excited about it. I'm so ready. We're giving 250 book bags filled with school supplies and 100 teacher appreciation gifts. And so I will also drop the link to that website if you're interested in donating, learning more about what we're doing to give back to our hometowns, because the second leg of the tour is on August 17th, 2019 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And so you can register to reserve your book bag, you can register to reserve your book bag as well as your teacher appreciation gift in Danville or Philadelphia on our website. And you can donate to support our efforts. You can sponsor, you can send a video of support. There's so many ways you can help us get back to our hometowns that aren't associated with money. As always, we're extremely grateful for any monetary donations, as well as shares and reposts and likes on social media. Our flyers, everything is on our website. So check it out. Y'all stay tuned to my YouTube channel. Everything else I'm producing, because it has been heavily focused on the In My Bag tour recently, because that's what's at the top of my mind, is the In My Bag tour. And so that is the top thing I want to say. I want to get off my chest and make sure the community is educated about. Once again, the link is in the chat if you want to check that out. All right, so let's see. Don't have anyone who's joined yet, but I'm going to keep rolling. I promise y'all a 30-minute conversation, so we're going to go for 30 minutes, whether anyone joins or not. 3:30, we'll close this, and I will see y'all in the videos I upload this upcoming week. But what I want to say, I had a conversation, an interesting conversation with a parent from Virginia this week. I think it was like Wednesday or Thursday. I also had a conversation with their child, their student, this week. I think it was Wednesday or Thursday. And something they said stuck with me. One thing, I uploaded this video a couple weeks ago, it was a week ago, and I said, don't do this if you need money for college. I believe that's the title of the video. Don't do this if you need money for college. And my point of emphasis for that was don't procrastinate if you need money for college. Don't procrastinate. That was the thing I kept saying over and over. Do not procrastinate. And one reason why I'm so hyper focused on not procrastinating when you need money for college is because your procrastination gets in the way of your success. And what I mean by that is procrastination will kill your dreams. I've had several conversations and have had opportunities to have conversations with people I love, people who are business associates, business acquaintances. And we've had the discussion and we talked about, well, what does it take to get to the level that everyone wants, which is like the pinnacle of success, a lot of money, the freedom to do what you want to do. At the end of the day, we all want freedom. We want freedom of mind, freedom of time, freedom to just be who we are and enjoy life. And what does it take to get there? And it takes a lot of dedication. It takes a lot of sacrifice. It takes a lot of determination, perseverance. Also dropped a video on my personal YouTube channel earlier this week called Perseverance Always Wins. And I shot that video with my co-founders of the In My Bag tour when I was in Danville for promotion last weekend. And so basically what I was gathering was that I feel like sometimes, from my observation, I'm not making any, well, you can call them judgments, assessments, whatever you would have to call them. But from my observation, I feel like sometimes the adults who've mentored me or the people I've had the opportunity to watch and learn under, they've given up on their dreams, or they've chosen to give in to what society can offer them, and they stop chasing what used to thrill them as a young adult, as a child, or what used to keep them up late at night and they were so curious about. And so I even had the opportunity to watch a parent and a student interact. And the student was like, well, I don't want to go to school to be a doctor. I don't want to go to school to study anything you would have me to study because you think it's associated with a higher income. I want to go to school and study music. And the parent was like, well, how are you going to make a living with music and such and such and such? And they didn't see a concrete roadmap that's associated with studying biology or the sciences or something that has been predetermined to be successful. They didn't see that concrete roadmap with the arts. And so they were discouraging them. And so I wonder what the association is between the parent who may have given up on their dreams and the student who is on the cusp of being able to attack their dreams head on, what that association is in their relationship with the success of the student pursuing their dreams or their decision to just give up on it. So that's one thing that's been running through my mind. And I was sitting here thinking today, y'all know this is a community scholarship chat. I'm coming off the cuff until someone drops a comment in the chat about a question about scholarships, college success, personal development, professional development, my college experience, any question you have on your mind. I'm just coming off the cuff until then. But what I was saying was, I can remember my parents telling me, Danielle, why don't you study biology? Why don't you become a doctor? Why don't you do something like that? And I was like, I don't have any interest in it. I don't want to do it. It doesn't ignite a fire under me. And now looking back, I couldn't have done it anyway because I have a very weak stomach. I can't, like, looking at guts and that grosses me out. I can't do stuff like that. I need to be able to be creative and express myself with my words and my voice and share my thoughts and just how I think about things. That's me. That's my strength. And so I say this all the time to my clients, to the students I mentor, to the people who listen to me. I say, play to your strengths. Always play to your strengths. And I know it's difficult for a parent to digest the fact that their student is going to study music versus studying biology that has a quote unquote predetermined route to success. But playing to your strengths gives you the opportunity to create your own success, to, I guess, be an innovator, to be the entrepreneur, or to be the leader of your life. Because when your creativity and your curiosity consumes your thought processes, it will take you places that you never imagined. And I'm speaking from experience because The only reason I built Dope for Degrees was because I was so interested in how financial freedom works. And why did I have to go to school? And why was it was just assumed I was going to take out a bunch of loans when that's not for me. I've always been very keen and very aware of money, even from a young age. Like, oh, how can I double this $5 bill somebody just gave me? How can I make $20 before the end of the day? I've always been curious about the way money works. And so it just didn't intrigue me. It didn't satisfy. It wasn't pleasing to me to have to go to school and just think I was going to take out a bunch of loans. That wasn't my way of, I didn't like that anyway. So yeah, for my students, I say play to your strengths, but I also understand that every student doesn't have the same experience that I had in terms of with their parents. Some students are more dependent on their parents. Some students they have their own levels of ambition. And so I understand everyone's different. I'm not telling everyone to be like me, but I'm sharing my experience. And I hope that by hearing my story, you'll be able to see some things you can do in your own life. And so I think it's good to have a conversation like I'm trying to have with the public every Sunday at 3:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's just to have a conversation. This is why I don't want to study biology. You don't want me to go to college and waste my money, do you? You don't want me to waste the opportunity of 4 years of education, do you? You don't want me to do something that doesn't make me happy, do you? Because at the end of the day, I think it is very is it unwise? It's not smart to project your own hopes and desires on your child because each of us has been given our own sets of gifts and talents. And what you're good at is not something that your child may be good at, or may not be something they're supposed to do in life. And so I don't know. That's just my opinion, but always have a conversation because when something's not addressed, then that's an even bigger issue because um, it can cultivate and it can bring to the surface feelings of animosity and hatred and regret and things like that. And you just speak it, call a thing and have the conversation and then deal with it. That's my approach. Is like once it's said, and it's not said aggressively or said without regard for respect for someone, but it's said with wisdom and assurance and power and attention to detail, then each of us can present our own thoughts and cases and we can look at the situation holistically and make the best decision. But that's just my opinion. Let's see. So we're 15 minutes almost. It's 12 minutes and 37 seconds on the clock. At 3:30, we're gonna cut this chat off. I tried to, if you're just coming on, I tried to do this at 3:00 on the dot. Well, 2:59 really, and for some reason the stream didn't go live, so I had to do it again. But yeah, this is the Dope for Degrees Community Scholarship Chat. I get on here every Sunday at 3:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is the second episode, and I just have a conversation with the world really about scholarships, about my college experience. What else? Scholarships, my college experience, personal professional development, and academic success. And so if you're not familiar with my story, I told a lot of it in the first episode, the last episode of this Dope for Degrees Community Scholarship Chat. And I also have dropped a lot of videos on my YouTube channel related to my personal scholarship experience. But what I will say is Dope for Degrees is a scholarship coaching company where I teach students how to earn scholarships to go to college and graduate debt-free. I graduated debt-free from Virginia Tech on May 17th of this year, 2019, having earned more than $200,000 in scholarships. And so now I teach students how to earn scholarships to go to college and graduate debt-free. And I dropped the link to Dope for Degrees website, the back chat, as well as the link to our back to school giveaway tour that I'm collaborating with 2 Virginia Tech graduates as well to produce the In My Bag tour. So the next topic, we talked about, what have we talked about so far? We talked about parents forcing their children, quote unquote, to pursue something they're not interested in. Talking about students playing to their strengths. We talked about the importance of having a conversation about what you really want to pursue in college. Also, I think it's important that you, right now, and I'm going to jump to this because the timing is so critical. Today is July 28th, 2019. Today is July 28th, 2019. And many students and families all across the United States are preparing to go back to school. And so they are preparing their students to go back to school to complete another year of education. For some parents and some students and families, they're preparing to send their children to college for the first time. And the parents are concerned because they're probably looking at some very high bills right now. I remember when my first bill for college came in, and it was probably like $13,000. And my parents didn't have a dime to give to send me to college, but thank God I had already earned more than $100,000 in scholarships during my senior year of high school in 5 months to help cover the cost of my education. And so that was an asset, that was a blessing. And so I didn't have to come out of pocket or take out a loan to cover that bill. But the parents right now are probably feeling the pressure of the bills, of the financial commitment it takes to go to college. So it takes for their students to go to college and graduate debt free. But on the other hand, the student is, I've talked to several students recently, and they're feeling a little overwhelmed or anxious because they don't know what college will be like. They don't know what to expect of college. They don't know what it will take for them to succeed in college. And so for the parents, what I want to say is, if you are looking for ways to go to college, to help your student go to college for their first semester and not take out any student loans, and you've already received your financial aid package, if you haven't accepted your government offered loans through your FAFSA or any private offered loans, then it's important that you call the financial aid office of your college or university and see how much free aid you can receive. And I was working with a family last week, I think it was, to petition for more financial aid, and unfortunately they didn't receive it. But the thing about it is, you want to have that conversation with the financial aid office so you have a clear understanding of how this process works. Because unfortunately, my parents they weren't present at that moment when I needed them to be present to have those conversations with the financial aid office. I did a lot of that by myself. I did all of it by myself, to be honest. And so based on my experience taking control of my life, which I'm completely responsible for, I stepped up and did what I had to do. And I made the phone calls and I went to the people and I read and studied how financial aid worked, and I got a better understanding of it. And so I've broken down the basics or the essentials of what you need to know regarding the definitions of the key terms related to financial aid, which is COA, cost of attendance, your SAR, your student aid report, all of those things. I created a series called, what is it called? Dope for Degrees, Quick Steps to Graduate Debt Free. It's a YouTube series. It's 3 videos for those of you who need help beginning your scholarship journey, beginning your journey to graduating from college debt free, or to get a better understanding of how financial aid works. Go watch that series. I'm going to drop that link in the chat as well, because there's a page on my website that's dedicated to that. Because when you don't have an understanding of how it works, then it can be very difficult to have a conversation. Because hi Thomas, how are you? One of the families I was working with last week, we called the university, and the university gave us the runaround a little bit, and it would have been worse had I not been there on the call. And I'm not saying I was the end all be all, please don't get me wrong. I'm saying though I had the understanding of how financial aid works and how college funding works, so we were able to have that conversation. And so Thomas, feel free to drop any questions you have about scholarships, college, academic success, or anything like that. Feel free to drop them in the chat, and then I'll take the time to answer them. But that link I just dropped, dopefordegrees.com/scholarships-2, that is a link where you can watch 3 videos to help you begin your journey to understanding how financial aid works, as well as how college funding works. And so that's from the parent perspective, and what they're feeling right now. But for the student who's feeling overwhelmed about going to college for the first time, not understanding how everything works, I want you to, and I dropped a video a while ago, I forgot the name of it. I think it was 5 things you need to know before you go to college. I think that was the name of the video. It's on my YouTube channel. Please watch that video, because I don't want you to overlook the fact that everything you've done up until today has got you to this point in your life. Every move you've made, every decision you made, whether good or bad, has led you to this point in your life as a student. So I think we are trained to always go for more and not embrace what we've already obtained or earned or succeeded in. And so for a student, just take inventory of the fact that you're here, that you made it, that you've accomplished what you set out to accomplish, and be proud of yourself. Now, in the midst of being proud of yourself, I'm not telling you to be arrogant, but I'm just telling you to be proud and embrace your win. Embrace the fact that you are going to college, that you are entering the world of adulthood, that you are in control of your life, that you have another level to pursue academically and financially, and all these doors and opportunities are going to open up for you. And now you can run with it. Take that, embrace that, feel good about it. Be happy, be joyful about it. But at the same time, be wise in your decisions and make sure that you maximize every opportunity you have in college. Now, with that, I'm not saying join every club, sorority, fraternity, organization available on the campus. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying those things that interest you, those things that you really want to know more about, take the time to take advantage of them and go after it. If you join something, commit to it. If you don't like it, you realize early that you don't like it. I don't encourage you to waste your time doing it. I encourage you to find the things that you like. And so that's going to lead me to another segment of this YouTube live. This 322, it's a 30-minute conversation every Sunday at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, called Dope for Degrees Community Scholarship Chat, where I get on here on YouTube Live and I talk to the public. I talk to, talk to the public, talk to the world about earning scholarships, graduating debt free, my scholarship experience, my college experience, personal development, as well as professional development. And so you can join this conversation every Sunday at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we only have a few more minutes because I'm going to end at 3:30. But I do want to say this. I want to say that when I came into college as a freshman, this was the fall of 2015, because I just graduated from Virginia Tech in May of this year. I enrolled in Virginia Tech as a freshman from South Central Virginia. I'm from Danville, Virginia. And Virginia Tech is located in Blacksburg, Virginia, which is Southwest Virginia. And so Virginia Tech was about 2.5 hours from my hometown. It's a different culture. I grew up in a I went to a predominantly white elementary school. I went to a predominantly white preschool. I went to a predominantly black middle school, predominantly black high school. And then I went to governor school when I was in high school. That was predominantly white. So I was used to different cultures. But Virginia Tech in itself is sort of like, it's not a melting pot, but it's a mix of a lot of different cultures. International cultures wasn't something I was exposed to in Danville. And so when I went there, I was excited, enthusiastic about every opportunity I would have to meet people from all around the world. But I was also focused on the fact that I came to school to get my education, and my primary goal was to graduate debt free. That was my focus. I committed to doing whatever it took for me to get my degree. Committed to the late nights, the early mornings, the papers I didn't want to write, the assignments I didn't want to do, all the things that I went through to earn that degree, which is right over there. And I did a video on that too, opening my debt-free degree and explaining how it feels to have earned my Bachelor of Arts in Communication, but having done it debt-free. And so you can watch that video. It's on my YouTube channel too. But I committed to that first. And commitment is the thing that allowed me to succeed in college. It has allowed me to succeed in life, and it's what will allow me to continue to grow and be successful in everything I do. Because I define commitment as doing what you said you would do long after the initial feeling you had in that moment has left. And I'll say that again. Commitment is doing what you said you would do long after the initial feeling you had in that moment has left. And so when I committed to going to Virginia Tech in March or April of 2015, when I got to school in August and September, I was still enthusiastic. I may not have had the same level of enthusiasm as I had when I did it earlier that year, but I was still enthusiastic. And by about the end of my sophomore year, I was tired, because I was like, all these assignments, all this work. I'm not a big fan of people making me do a lot of work when I don't feel like I'm learning something every time. And I felt like some of the things were becoming redundant. And I wasn't a fan of that. And then I was building my company, and I was like, I'm making money right now and I don't have a degree. Why do I need to stay in college to earn this degree? And so I had the encouragement and support of my mentor and my sister, who were very upfront, and they said, Dope for Degrees is called Dope for Degrees. It's not called Dope for Dropouts. So you got to finish. And thank God for their support, because I definitely would have quit school my sophomore year, because I was earning a lot of money through my company and through other opportunities. But I didn't. And so the reason why I stuck through it was not only because of their support, but I stuck and pushed through because of my commitment. I said, why would I quit? Everything's going well. I'm getting A's and B's in school. I'm doing well academically. I have refund checks for my scholarships. I have scholarships to pay for my education. So why would I quit? What's the point of quitting? Why don't I just push through? And so I'm so grateful that I pushed through, but I'm also grateful that I learned the value of a commitment. So when you go into college your first year, your first semester, specify your commitments. What are you committed to? Because if you don't commit to something, and you'll waver whenever you feel like it, you'll go whichever direction floats your boat. Commit to the process, commit to your success. And so either commit to, of course, commit to earning your degree if you already said you would go to college. Commit to graduating debt free if that's something that interests you. Commit to becoming the best person you can be. I don't know what everyone's commitment will be, but whatever your commitment is, commit to it and stick to it. That's it. Just make the commitment. Because once I made my commitment, everything that came and try to disturb me, or what's the word I'm looking for? I forgot my word, but try to just like take me off my track of focus, distract me. That's the word I want. Everything that try to came and distract me, I didn't pay attention to it because I had made a commitment. Now it may have gotten my attention for a little bit, but I was also quick to push it away and focus and zone in. And so I also understand every student is not like me. Every student doesn't have the same things that triggers them, that makes them want to go, that makes them get up in the morning. But I think that's when you have to take the time to sit with yourself and get a better understanding of who you are and what makes you tick. Some people are motivated by the opportunity to help more people. Some people are motivated by money. Some people are motivated by their relationship with Christ or a higher power. Some people are motivated by the thought of being able to provide an abundance of wealth to their children and their children's children. Everyone's motivated by different things. But figure out what motivates you, figure out what makes you tick, and set your mind on doing the work that will help you obtain your end goal. So that's my thoughts on commitment. Those are my thoughts on just chasing your purpose and being resilient and relentless going into college. And so it's 3:28. We have a couple more minutes on this community scholarship chat. Um, I will say this: if you want to learn more about Dope for Degrees, please click the first link I dropped in this chat. It's Dope for Degrees website. You can click that to learn more. The second link is about the In My Bag tour. We're going on a back to school giveaway tour. I'm partnering with 2 Virginia Tech graduates to go back to our hometowns and give back. And then the third link is the scholarship, the quick steps to graduate debt free. And so you can take that knowledge and you can begin your journey to a debt free degree. It will also help you get a better understanding of financial aid and some terms that you will hear as you pursue your college degree. One thing I will say before I end this community scholarship chat is that the FAFSA opens on October 1st. The free application for federal student aid, it opens on October 1st. You will need to complete that form by the priority deadline to obtain the amount of financial aid that you are eligible for to continue your education. And so make sure that you begin to collect your parents' tax information, your tax information from the previous year, 2018, to prepare to file your FAFSA for the 2020-2021 school year. And so that opens on October 1st. So please prepare. Just gather your stuff now. You can go to the website, the FAFSA website. Let me pull that up and drop that in the back chat as well. We'll drop that in the chat so everyone will have that. And you can learn more about the FAFSA, what it's like, why it's important, and what you can do to earn free money from the federal government to go to school by checking out that link I just dropped. It opens on October 1st. So y'all make sure y'all check that out. Thank you for joining me today for Dope for Degrees Community Scholarship Chat. Once again, we do this every Sunday at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have a conversation about how you can earn scholarships to go to college and graduate debt-free, how you can begin to pursue your dreams, and anything else you have related to Dope for Degrees' 5 pillars of content for this YouTube channel, which is academic success, scholarships, my college experience, personal development, and professional development. Y'all stay tuned. I thank you. Thank you for all of your support, all your love, all your encouragement, all your feedback. I appreciate it with all of my heart. And I will see you next Sunday at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time live. But I will also see you throughout this week when I drop some videos related to scholarship success and any other topic that comes in my mind. But yes, have a great day, and I will talk to you soon.